All right. Oh, Jay's back.
Isn't this lovely?
This is awesome. Lovely. All right. So I am on natural today. So no titties, no makeup. It's just raw Maya.
Rawr.
All right. So I was looking for content because I don't know. I'm a busy bitch, and I usually figure out what I want to do maybe 24 hours before the stream. And sometimes that's like
it's a lot of lead time.
Yeah. Just saying though.
It's true.
So yeah, you know what? Let me sorry, I'm gonna mute everything. All right. So hi everybody. Welcome to my stream. I was bored and I was looking for shit, and I didn't realize that my mic wasn't muted in Gather. And Jay's like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" And I'm like, "Jay, come on, just some standard Black racism." And he's like, "Some what?" And I'm like,
"Some what?" Me too.
Well, Niddy, you're not supposed to know about this. This is some super secret Black
people stuff.
You're right. I'm being Blacksplained tonight.
Yeah. So, okay. Last week, and I do see Dr. Tapioca Weasel in the chat. Crystal, if you want to like come mod my chat too. Oh no, Al's here. Okay. I was gonna say, because like the only person over there is Dr. Tapioca Weasel, and I don't trust that bastard. But anyways, so we were doing a thing last week with Cat Williams, and Cat was going off on some shit, just like, why do you think they cut the noses off of all the Egyptian monuments, huh? And I'm like, this is Black racism. Like, so, and nobody understood where I was coming from. And so, like, when he was just like, oh, they're trying to erase our identities. And this is like actually a really popular urban legend myth bullshit thing. Where, you know, you got this, the greatness of the Black man, and the white man's trying to keep him down and steal his roots so that we don't know how great we really are. But the Egyptians knew. And that's why they're trying to steal, you know, they're cutting their noses off to steal, to hide their identity. And,
okay.
Yeah. So this doesn't get into that part, like that's like newer shit, right? This kind of gets into like the greatness of the Black man and why all of you white people need to bow down and pay homage to our greatness.
On it. Well, we already worship you, Maya. What else can we do?
I know. Like, I got a bunch of atheists to worship me. Like, can I? What else do you need to prove your godlike powers? All right. So, I hope this is up okay.
Everyone should recognize that we don't believe in God, but we believe in Maya. That's all you need.
What did you say, Jay?
My computer's just it's like losing its mind.
Oh, no, you're not getting out of this that quickly. God damn it.
If you are sub to Niddy and you are not sub to Maya, there's something deeply disturbing.
But I am, one day I will be at 1,000, and I would like to share the love with Niddy because he deserves it. Yes. So if you're not sub to Niddy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get your ass over there.
Yeah, we have fun here.
We do. And I do appreciate all the white people for not like doing a thumbs down and rage quitting and playing. I'm playing. But the stupidity is about to get real. I'm just warning you. So this is a white guy explaining shit, and he is a really this came out like a month ago. He does a really good like it's comprehensive and brief, which is what I like about this video. So this is I don't know how he pronounces his name. Maybe he'll say it, but he's a pretty good streamer. He'll sub to him too, maybe. I don't care.
Warning, this video contains truth.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
Did he say truth bombs?
Truth bombs, yes.
Turn up.
Warning, this video contains truth bombs that will alter your view of reality. White people, listen up. This is going to be hard to hear, but the truth often is.
The Caucasian people.
The Caucasian people.
Oh, no, look who we open with. Look.
No.
It's everybody's best friend.
Farrakhan.
Oh, yeah. This is some Farrakhan type shit. So, you know, I brought the heat tonight.
Are not a natural species of human beings.
It turns out that the white race was created just 6,000 years ago by an evil black scientist named Yakub. Through a system of eugenics, he was able to separate the white man from the original black man. Now,
what?
Yeah.
What is happening?
So
If this is a real theory right here,
I swear to God. Yeah, this is like the Nation of Islam. Like this is.
I'm gonna need to run that back. So
you want me to run it back?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. The Yakub did what now? the you did the hoodoo the what? Hoodoo the you do.
it turns out that the white race was created just 6,000 years ago by an evil black scientist named Yakub. Through a system of eugenics, he was able to separate the white man from the original black man. Now, when I first heard about this, I brushed it off as complete nonsense. But then
that would be the correct thing to do.
Yes. Yes. That would.
Yes. Your initial response.
Yeah, that was the correct response.
So the white man was created by the black man.
Yeah. So, back in the day, there's only black people. Oh. And then, through a system of eugenics, one black scientist created the white man.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that I have the curse of Chick-fil-A?
No, Chick-fil-A actually uses flavor in its food.
No, it's the opposite of the curse of ham.
Oh, the curse of chicken.
Oh, the curse of chicken.
And I started looking into it, and it made way too much sense. This revelation completely turned my life upside down. And to tell you the truth, I spiraled out of control. I relapsed on nitrous oxide and got addicted to rhino pills from the gas station, a deadly combination. One night I did too much and ended up in the hospital. But when I woke up, I had an epiphany. I realized that I couldn't just keep it inside. I had to tell the world the truth.
I gotta hand it to him for committing to the bit, though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Like, did he really go into a hospital?
to shoot this.
Like,
when you got connections, you got connections. Maybe it's a nursing home.
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, he just
there's
occupancies.
He was like, Grandma, I need some help with this video. I need you to get up out of here for a minute.
Like, I need you to get up out of this bed for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, Grammy. Hey, Grammy.
We gotta sell it to the audience.
Is your neighbor Tammy dead yet? I need to make a YouTube. Can we?
Like, you know.
Truth. The truth about Yakub, the creator of the white race.
Yakub, maker and creator of the devil. 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 The devil.
The truth of Yakub was first revealed to humanity through Wallace Fard Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam, or NOI, and was later expanded on by his successors Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan. In order to fully understand the Yakubian lore, we need to go back about 76 trillion years, when the universe was nothing but nothing.
Sorry. Yep.
But the universe isn't that old.
Nope. Nope.
Well, no, Niddy, look, you're white. Nobody's expecting you to understand any of this.
Okay, just play.
Jay, what were you gonna say?
No, that's you know, I was also indoctrinated by the whites, so I was trying to math the math. I was trying the math wasn't mathing.
Someone tell T-Jump the Hindus are wrong.
I learned that Pythagorean math.
You know, I know it. You know, it sounds stupid, right? But just think, it gets worse.
It was just darkness. Out of that darkness, God, or Allah, created himself in a process that lasted 6 trillion years. When he was finally done...
How's that mathing for you?
Oh my goodness.
We got 70 to go. All right.
Yeah.
Working on himself, he created the rest of the universe. Now here's the thing, Allah wasn't the only God. He was actually the first in a long line of gods.
All of them black, obviously.
Oh my
goodness. Wait, that kind of looked like a Soul Train album cover happening there. Like
of black aliens. I don't know, their headsets are all funky.
Don't be a dick, YouTube. Come on.
Don't copyright us now.
Out of that darkness, God, or Allah, created himself in a process that lasted 6 trillion years. When he was finally done working on himself, he created the rest of the universe. Now here's the thing, Allah wasn't the only God. He was actually the first...
It does. It's like a Jackson 5, like... Seriously,
yeah.
They just need to...
But the heads are disturbing.
Oh, no, it gets worse.
In a long line of gods. After creating the universe, he also created 24 imams, or black scientists, to help him out. And each one of these imams would take turns being God for a little while. Okay, so fast forward another 4 trillion years, and one of these black scientists got...
Wait. How many black scientists did he create?
Oh...
24? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there isn't that many of us now. So I'm still waiting on my turn to be God. I'm still. When is it? When somebody gonna send me the syllabus? When do I get my turn as God? Oh, this is getting good.
Pass the God juice. I need that hit.
Well, you know what? I'll pass
wait.
Once I'm done with it.
They were puff passing the power. Is that what I'm hearing?
Apparently.
Is that insensitive for a white person to say?
Yeah, 24. I should be up any time now.
Fast forward another 4 trillion years, and one of these black scientist gods hated the planet so much that he decided to blow it up. He dug a giant hole into the center of the Earth and placed a bunch of dynamite inside the Earth's core, and yeah. The planet was then split in two, which would become the Earth and the Moon. Before this big split, humanity was divided into 13 tribes, but only one of them survived the explosion.
Where did that come from?
The tribe of...
That's a great question. I'm like, you know, at first I was just like, why do we believe there were 13 tribes? Is there any evidence? Oh, of course there's not.
This is like watching... This is like watching Christians try and explain the fall of Satan.
But no, like, what it really what I think it really does show you, though, is that the silliness is very, in a sense, it's almost necessary because, like, a big part of what white religion does is it makes all of the holy figures white. It whitewashes everybody's history, the entire narrative. Think about this. These people do these movies and Moses is white, Abraham is white, Jesus is white, God is white, all the angels are white. So other people then need to see themselves at top of a magical, mystical order. And so they create their own lore and mythology. And then it turns out the black guys were the super scientists that created everybody.
Well, and this theory, I want to say, came out around the turn of the century, like around 1920-ish, something around there. So you have like a lot of oppressed people that are insanely religious and are looking for hope, you know, and they did it as well as any white evangelical Christian.
Yep.
It seems like it, yeah.
Of Shabbats. The survivors eventually settled in the land of Mecca in Saudi Arabia, and since white people didn't exist yet, the world was pretty much incomplete.
Okay, back it up.
What
so
part?
So there was one black scientist. There was an Earth, which we didn't. So the universe was made, but then at some random point, Earth was made.
Right. At some point, one of the gods created the Earth,
and then there's one black scientist who looks at that particular planet,
right?
Is like, no, fuck that one.
Yep.
And so, right now in the timeline, though, the Earth is blown in half. So,
but some people survived, and they happen to all be of the same tribe.
Well, hang on. But like the planet's in two. So has the planet been put back together? Did they Humpty Dumpty this shit and then let the survivors stay?
Or are they on the moon or the Earth? Yeah, I don't know which half they're on.
The one tribe that survived stayed on the Earth.
Okay.
And gravity?
But which half of the Earth?
The one that's not
the moon half.
Because the moon is clearly half the size of the Earth.
And the moon is now the moon.
I'm gonna go watch the DCU. It makes more sense right now.
You can't leave. You're hosting the stream.
Shit.
Wait, is that penis? No.
Penis.
Penins.
Oh.
Is Spooky still here? Spooky, I got it before you. Penis. Now he's probably still gonna do it in my chat. Anyways.
In Saudi Arabia, and since white people didn't exist yet, the world was pretty much in complete harmony.
Only.
Oh man, I'm sorry we fucked it all up.
Fucked it all up for everybody, Niddy. You in particular. Oh god.
Yeah.
This isn't to say that civilization was perfect, but the white man didn't invent League of Legends or tuna casserole yet, so it was undoubtedly much better than it is today. But still, in order for the original man to be perfect, he had to come face to face with the evil inside him and defeat it. And that evil would be brought about by a man named Yakub, or as I like to call him, the Yak. Yakub was born in Mecca, and he had a massive head. Okay, I mean, this mother sucker looked like Black Megamind. Here's a quote from one of Elijah Muhammad's books. He was a man, born a black scientist with a big head. He had a great big head, and they used to call him the Big Head Yakub, because his head contained so much wisdom, or brains of wisdom, that he was called the Big Head Yakub, meaning...
Man, that is some literature for your ass. Like Shakespeare, move over. This is their holy book, by the way.
Yeah. And it's also just weird that they're like, they're doing the like, he was so smart, his brain was way bigger than everybody's. Like it doesn't.
His brain was huge.
It doesn't really.
The hugest brain.
It doesn't.
Never work. Seen a brain bigger than his.
It doesn't work that way. You know, like. All the smart people have really big heads, and then we know the dummies because they're the ones with the little pea heads.
That's how it works.
Oh my goodness.
He had a lot of wisdom. Yeah, it's not really the most elegantly written book I've read, but
wait, let me just say this
book
instead.
I've read is
that's probably not why they called him Big Head.
Ah,
yeah,
wink, wink.
I think they messed it up. They messed up the lore. Yeah.
This is like biblical feet, right? Where it says feet. Exactly. We all know they're talking about, ooh, that's where the penis is hiding.
Yeah.
Mind Equals Blown by Matthew Santoro, so I don't really have much to go on. By age 6, the Yak had already decided that he was going to take over the world. Years later, while studying at university, Yakub made a shocking discovery that would change the world forever.
Pause.
Yep.
Pause.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. There was a black scientist that blew up the earth, and this is a different black scientist. And at this point, somehow, they're living amongst the humans. They are human. And they're going to university. Like, why does a god need to go to university?
No, I think he's one of the humans from the Shabazz tribe that survived the splitting of the earth.
Lives in that. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, Mos Def would play. But I thought in the movie.
I thought Jack Diak was one of the gods, though. Okay, now I'm just confused.
Mos Def is like the perfect avatar for all of this.
You know what? You're right. I mean, just on a couple of levels, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, inside of the original man, there was 2 genes, or germs. And one of these germs could be separated from him and used to create new races of people.
In the germ of the black man, the life
pause the tape.
germ.
Pause the tape. Pause the tape. It's just so amazing that these religious people, when they get to cooking up their narratives, they're like, well, how are we gonna make this narrative make sense? Oh, there was a gene. And then what did he do? Oh, did he do a selection experiment on the lighter gene? Oh, so he used evolution to create white people. Awesome. Okay, got it.
I wonder if Standing for Truth knows about this.
It's just so funny that even when they make a creation narrative, to make the creation narrative make sense, they got to there's some evolution in there.
Well, no, it's better than evolution. It's eugenics.
It's eugenics. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen a white man come from a black man. Over. Wait.
Yeah.
Who saw the brown germ, and he said that if he could separate that brown germ, he could drive it into its last stage and clothe it with flesh and give it form and expression. And that Mr. Yakub did.
The Yak figured out a technique.
Wait a second. The thing that bothers me about all this is how do people not flame this man once he goes public? Once you say this into a camera, how is that not the last anybody heard of Louis Farrakhan?
It's Farrakhan, right? And he looks kind of young here. So this is probably he's probably saying it into like a big ass like camera, and people are getting like I don't know, whatever was like pre-VHS, and like listening to it in their living rooms. It's not like this was making like prime time in NBC.
That's true.
I mean, he's preaching to the choir, literally.
It's true. It's a good point.
Separate that brown germ. He could drive it into its last stage and clothe it with flesh and give it form and expression. And that Mr. Yakub did.
The Yak figured out a technique to dilute the black man down into a lesser species that would be easy for him to control. He called this technique grafting, which was basically just eugenics, and he could use it to build that army. At age 18, he started recruiting people to help him get started with his experiments. So he basically started a cult and would entice people by telling them that they would have riches and slaves beyond their imagination. Before too long, Yakub had a following.
Wait, that sounds like MAGA.
Yeah.
Wait, but
just,
also
follow me, and I will give you white slaves.
But also a little bit of just reminding everybody that's how deep slavery was in the culture of the people. Like slaves were wealth, and to an extent they were even greater than other forms of wealth because it was work, it was labor. Slaves could build you stuff, make you stuff, cook you stuff, fuck your wife if you don't feel like it, like and
fuck you if your wife doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, there you
Well, yeah, that was a very much part of slavery in the ancient world. Yeah, absolutely.
So it just is really interesting that people really are trying to walk back their religion's approval of slavery, and it's like, no, you can't. You just can't, because it's in the narratives that that was your idea.
It's in the wacky ones and the ones that were just like, yeah, let's teach the kids that in schools. They own slaves. Yeah, okay, all right. It wasn't such a bad thing. God said it was fine. Yeah, and their God was like, yeah, let's make some slaves too. But they're the white ones.
That was his money. It was his money.
Of tens of thousands. But he also started getting the attention of the police, who considered Yakub and his followers a threat. So they started rounding them up and throwing them in prison. All the jails in Mecca were overflowing with Yakub's disciples. When the king of Mecca got word about what Yakub was up to,
super peaceful and amazing. Like, why would they have had this big standing police force if everything was so utopian?
Niddy, and also I'm just understanding, like, aren't y'all supposed to be the powerful God scientist dudes? How are all? It's like you could tell.
Why were they building mass prisons?
You could tell this is a modern utopia. You could tell this is a modern myth, right? Because they still have fucking policing. They've still been colonized. They still, like, this is so weird. Like, where did the police? How are they policing you? You're gods.
No, these were the people from the Shabazz
the disciples, tribe. The scientists of the Shabazz.
Yeah, we're not talking about the gods anymore.
We're talking about the people
I haven't heard anything about who's from what tribe or anything. It's just
okay. So we started with the gods because everything had to be created somewhere. So we're now on the god. Yeah. Then there was a god that blew up the earth, but there was the Shabazz tribe that survived. All of this is just that tribe of people, and
they're doing the experiment, the cult experiment.
Yeah, they've grown and flourished.
But now the police are cracking down.
Yeah, and somewhere along here came jails and police. Despite there being no white people, which is.
Does anyone want to go watch the Transformers movie franchise? I'm pretty sure that one makes more sense too.
Can we also do a special on biblical policing? I want to really get into no, because it's crazy. I think people have literally gotten to a point where they don't think we can have societies without police. And first off, they just need to go visit one of the many places on earth that there's no police. But also just to talk about all the great civilizations and how they managed these things before there was, standing police force.
What we think is law and order.
Yeah. Julia, I just think the military function. Almost as funny as the Xenu narrative. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the Great Roman Empire got along. I'm sure there was local magistrated enforcement, but I can't imagine that there were just random sentries like do. Hey, did your horse shit in the middle of this road? No, officer, I don't believe it did. You're coming with me.
Sorry. I love this quote by TKA. It's proving that even in a perfect society, the police will still find a reason to lock up Black people.
Exactly. That's awesome. That's awesome, Joe.
He wasn't surprised at all.
You have to understand that all of Yakub's actions were predicted long before his birth.
This is Oki. He's one of the world's foremost experts on Yakub.
8,000.
This is just a mega.
And they still have the head.
Yeah. No. He the whole thing started with this guy in his head. He would it didn't morph into his head got bigger and bigger. No, he be big brain. So
is this a new big brain guy that is gonna today?
No, this is the guy. This is Yakub. Remember when I was like, do you know about Yakub? This is Yakub.
No, the guy, this guy with the peanut head guy.
Oh, you're talking about the guy behind him. No,
yeah,
he is like
the apologist. Like he's gonna explain.
Yeah,
it to
he's the
us?
apologist. That's
Okay.
a great way to explain describe him.
And 400 years before Yakub's birth, the wise black scientists prophesied that one of their own would bring devils onto the earth, who would rule the planet for 6,000 years. The king of Mecca, being one of the scientists himself, was well aware of the prophecy.
The king knew he couldn't fight destiny.
Though?
So
Black
instead
power.
of
I changed my mind. Black power to all this. Because you know what? This is the apologist game. He literally he got his suit on.
Yep.
He got his bow tie.
Yep.
And he like, look, white people, if y'all could look fancy and talk craziness on the internet, we can too. Look, I got a silver plaque behind me too. Okay.
Oh shit! I didn't see
this
that.
This is equality, brother. To keep fighting the man. Yes, keep grifting on the internet. Grift for everybody. A grift for you. A grift for you. A grift for you. Everybody gets a grift.
I can't say you're wrong on that. I don't follow this guy, but I probably should because he looks like he would be great for content.
Yeah, he would be. I think you can farm a lot of content from this guy.
Himself was well aware of the prophecy.
The king knew he couldn't fight destiny. So instead of executing Yakub, he allowed him to carry out his experiments and even funded them. But he told him to get the hell out of Mecca and do it somewhere else. So Yakub, along with 59,999 of his followers, went to the island of Patmos off the coast of Greece.
No!
Once on the island...
What?
Take that, Apostle John. This is where the real...
Oh, yeah, because John went to Patmos.
I forgot about that. Holy shit. Oh, man. This is good. This is good.
You know what? Wait, can I share something that this reminds me of?
Sure.
You guys ever watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Is that like an old cartoon?
Yeah. It's only 10 seconds, so I don't think this will get us in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
This is, wait, let's see. Is this right?
Finally, tonight, I will have enough dicks to complete the dick ship and return to Dick Planet.
Yes, Mr. Wongburger.
That's a pile of dicks in his,
oh my God, it is.
There.
I love it.
It's time to go back to Dick Planet. Anyway, go on.
Of doctors, engineers, and scientists to figure out the best way to create a new race.
Next week, something big is going to go down. All right. I don't want to spoil anything, but tune in.
They implemented a strict system of eugenics where darker skinned babies would be eliminated and only the light skinned ones would reproduce. This is also believed to be the origin of Planned Parenthood. Wow, look at that.
The origin of Planned Parenthood.
To talk about the sponsor of today's video.
All right, let's
wait. It wasn't that racist lady that wanted poor black children to die. It was this. This is how Planned Parenthood started. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't it great?
You know what I don't like about this? Wait, hang on a second.
Yeah.
I got a whole ass bunch of degrees and Niddy codes, and Maya runs like an organization and shit. We got this shit all wrong. Listen, 8 trillion years ago, the magical staff turned into a giraffe and then jumped into the sea. Okay, and then it spit out the universe. That's where all this comes from. It spit out the sea dragon, spit out the universe. And then,
but for which group? You have to have a chosen group that thinks they're better than the other group.
The fish. It was the fish, and that's where your inner fish comes from. Oh, and then we evolved later from the fish. Are the super trats coming in yet? I'm just trying to get the money going. Did the money start rolling in yet?
We need money to explain.
I'm just saying, this. Like, why rely on life experience and education? We should be just spewing random nonsense, and y'all should be making it rain. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
We should just be making up lore and just spewing it all over the place and waiting for the silver plaques.
Just so everyone's clear, I don't know how, but I am actually the slave of these two wonderful people here.
Yes.
That
Obviously.
they are in command.
Yes.
They told me, Yakub has dictated that you shall stream for us. I heard the voice that came through them, and as their subject to my rightful owners, as of 6,000 years ago, when I and my people were created, I must obey the Grand Yakub. So,
and Maya and I,
if you were ever wondering what was happening, why Niddy is streaming, it's this right here.
Maya and I started Dwell to ensnare white people.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the
I have the curse of Chick-fil-A. There is no curse of ham. You
I was just like,
Caucasians.
Jay, we're gonna talk racism. We're going live. So it's like, we can go live tomorrow. And I'm like, no. Everybody's going live tomorrow. Nobody's live right now.
Bottom bench.
What happened?
Nope.
Oh, bitch, not bench. What the fuck? What did I miss?
So good.
Oh.
Just tap kit type.
Am I not Maya's bottom bench?
Nope.
I love that.
All right.
Let's get another tier now, like the bottom benches.
With each new generation, the people's skin got lighter and lighter. After the first 200 years, the brown race was created from the black. This is your Arabs, your Turks, etc. 200 years after that, the red race came to be. This is your Indians.
Oh no, you didn't just say it that way.
Oh no.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So we made all the races. So we got
all
the brown,
the
black, the brown, the red. Okay. And then do we get yellow, or do we just go straight to white after red?
For $5, Kentucky Atheist says the Kentuckians super chatted for magical black folk. Right on.
Nice.
All praise Yakub.
We love it.
Well, yeah, he's going through it. We'll see how long it took them to come back. Oh, holy shit. See, Niddy, this is why you shouldn't have nuked your channel. They could be like, we could be sharing the wealth right now, but god damn it, now I have to keep it all the money for myself. But for $10, Regios, who I haven't seen in forever, where the fuck have you been? To go towards the medical attention required after the urge to bang to bang one's head against the wall happens. Yeah. Oh, you know what? This should have come with a warning. Bring a facepalm mitt. Because, god damn,
right,
it's not going to be pretty.
The other type. According to Nation of Islam lore, Native Americans were expelled from India 16,000 years ago for breaking the laws of Islam. The next iteration was the yellow race, and so on and so forth.
That same process continued for 600 years, and at the end of that time, there was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed creature on our planet that is called the Caucasian.
This new race of
hold up. I was bred faster than most modern dogs.
You know, I don't know how long I need this took, but yes, you were.
Yes.
And I also do I don't know. I've been watching a lot of what do you call it? The Tabernacle has been coming down on I don't know, people who call themselves Caucasian, and I remember it being like a big thing in like the 80s and 90s. In the past 20 years or so, I've just been hearing it called white. But apparently Caucasian used to be indigenous to like the Caucasus area in Europe, like the eastern, I think, part of Russia or wherever they are. I'm not a geologist. Don't ask me to know where stuff is on a map. Also, it's midnight. But so what I heard was like there was like a well-known writer who said that like these were the most beautiful people, and then of course the racists came by, Nazis, obviously. They saw this writing and it was like, oh, most beautiful people. Obviously, these are, the blonde hair, blue-eyed, inner earth people that are, you know, Nordic looking. And that's kind of how it got kind of out of control. But it's interesting listening to that, like to listening to white people telling white people not to be racist, to listening to black racists use the same term.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's weird.
People were completely devoid of the divine essence of Allah, who created the universe. The evil conditions that brought them into the world made them naturally prone to aggression and violence. With each passing generation, the Yakubians became more and more psychopathic.
Whoa, calm down. I know you're naturally aggressive, but we don't need all that, animalistic lip.
Well, it's not my fault they put my dad on the screen. So I feel attacked. But okay, so like at least like the idea of depravity makes a little bit more sense under this religion, because if you think about it, like water getting diluted more and more, or like a chemical, like holiness getting diluted in more and more water, like that kind of makes sense. But for Christianity, it's like everyone's just screwed all the time, right? All the people, all the races, you're just screwed all the time. But this, it's like, oh, you're specifically screwed because you've gotten too far down the line. Okay.
Well, again, at the time,
I'm not trying to make it make sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, at the time that the book was written, in Florida, for instance, white alligator hunters were using black toddlers for bait, and it was illegal for their mothers to prosecute them. Like, it wasn't law. Like a black woman could not file charges against a white man. So like they were kind of cartoonishly evil, racist. Wow. Not all white people. Certainly none of you. Give me more money.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, they were also taught tricknology.
White alligator hunters, or
tricknology.
Wait a minute. Alligators are in Florida, right? Or is it crocodiles? It might have been crocodiles. I don't know. Like whatever. Yeah.
No,
but like,
it's gators.
Gators. Okay. Oh yeah, Florida gators. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. Yes. White alligator hunters, is that a thing? Gator hunters is definitely a thing. And yeah. But the black ones weren't stealing black children and using them for alligator bait. Just the white ones, unfortunately.
Technology is the science of deception. The white devils used this practice to deceive and manipulate. It was through tricknology that the white man was able to divide and conquer Africa and the rest of the world.
I still don't know what tricknology is.
I can't even tricknology. I just can't.
And that's something like, it sounds like it would have come out of like the 80s or the 90s.
It does. Tricknology. That's what they came up with. That's how they became rulers.
Not trickery. Tricknology. The trick.
They came up with it. It was a whole science that they derived. Tricknology.
So we consulted the Satan thingy to be as good as the devil at taking things back over. Well, can you replay this part? Because my head is hurting a lot.
I don't know if playing this over is going to help your head, but yes, I certainly can.
Knowledge is the science of deception. The white devils used this practice to deceive and manipulate. It was through tricknology that the white man was
well, hold on. Mm-hmm. So, okay. All of the darkest and the master race, one of them plotted to make their slave race. So, but the slave race would presumably be really bad, primal, evil, and so much lesser than the really awesome one race. But now the white ones are just as powerful and smart when they were really dum-dums and feral? Like, what part of the timeline did that inversion,
the technology,
equality?
Maybe they came up with the technology.
Yeah, they discuss. Okay, the part of the timeline
deception.
when they came up with a science to deceive the black people.
So, okay.
Oh, and for $5, Left-Handed Jedi says, "She who must be obeyed has spoken." I love you, Jedi. Thank you so much.
Divide and conquer Africa and the rest of the world.
When the new race of whites went back to Mecca, they immediately started causing problems. Friends started turning on each other, wars began to break out, and everybody was having...
But they weren't friends! But the white slave race wasn't friends with anybody! All right, go on.
Yeah, I mean, they were like anti-friends. They were like so unfriendly that they turned friends against.
But then when they came back, they were like, "I'll be there for you," and the other people were like, "Nah, bitch, get your whitey asses out of here."
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
and that's how that works.
Gay sex. It was complete chaos.
Oh no, not the gay sex.
So the king deported the devils to the Caucasus Mountains, where they became even more feral. For 2,000 years.
Wait. Okay. So they were super smart. They were able to deceive and be all super awesome, but then hang on. They're super weak and stupid. We all know it doesn't make sense. Click play.
These Caucasians continued to devolve. They stopped wearing clothes and lived in caves, and they ate nothing but raw meat. The Neanderthals that we learned about in school are actually these people. Eventually...
Jay?
I mean, white people do have more of that Neanderthal blood.
Oh my God.
It's just fact at this point. that's who the Neanderthals were.
So I don't know if you get this in this video. But
we were evolving in two different. We were evolving and devolving at the same time.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
Stream button. Where button?
So Jay, have you ever heard of those old black men that always be calling white women jackals?
Jackals?
No, you haven't heard that one?
What?
Nah, it's been a long time since I heard a black man call anybody a jackal.
No, yeah, I mean, they don't, I don't know. I haven't heard one in a while, but I remember
Oh, wait.
Hmm?
This is a shout for Kentucky. Make America great again. Sheep fuckers. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Go fuckers, whatever.
KTA does not fuck sheep, guys.
Yeah,
No.
I just got his cousins horny. That's.
Oh God. Okay, so, oh God. I thought the jackal thing was related to the Bible, where something in Revelation where the devil is a jackal or whatever, but it actually comes from this where white people devolved and they were living in caves and barely dressed. And apparently the women used to sleep with dogs. And that's why white women like to French kiss their dogs.
Oh.
Because they're just so used to it.
Oh, they're so used to it. Okay. That's gross.
Them getting back to the roots. So, yeah. I don't know. If you ever hear a black man calling a white woman jackal or devil, or it's a reference to all this shit.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's a bitch kissing a bitch. Okay, I get it.
Make their way west into what we now call Europe, where they invented the practice of gooning. Some of the whites, tired of living like...
Practice of what?
Gooning.
So, you know, it's so funny. Lawrence comes in and he's like, whoa, I came in at a weird time. There's not a good time in the stream. So,
no.
We're kind of discussing the Nation of Islam and, black racists, black nationalists, with the whole kind of ideology. There's just, it started off weird, and we're just
a little bit.
Yeah, we're just going downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
Savages tried to graft themselves back into the black race, but They were too stupid to figure out the science and turn themselves into gorillas instead. According to Elijah Muhammad, all monkeys and apes come from this 2,000-year period.
So there were no apes before white people.
Before white people, wow.
White people inadvertently invented the apes because they were too stupid to understand the science that they themselves came up with.
They devolved too far. This is insane.
I told you. Like, come on, Jay.
This is wild.
What do I do? So I told you we were talking about black racism. Did you think it was going to make sense?
No.
Yeah.
At the same time this was going on, Imam Shabazz, aka Abraham, like the one from the Bible, traveled from Mecca into Central Africa with some of his followers so that he could toughen them up for the hard times that were ahead. This was when black people started getting curly hair because of the rough conditions of the African jungles. And that's why we associate Africa.
Curly hair? Like, what? Is it to prevent, like, I know. I can't figure out why. What would the correlation be? Jay, please help me. What environmental pressure selects for curly hair in Central Africa? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Anybody?
Well, okay, so the thought process about why our hair is so coarse and like super curly, nappy, if you will, is that it helps in aeration. So, like with your hair, it gets wet. Like you sweat, your hair gets wet, it mats. You know, with our hair, if we sweat, it's not as likely to just like stick to us. It'll stay like poofy. So I don't know, it's supposed to help with aeration to keep the skin, to keep the scalp. Like, and that's actual science. I read it.
Yeah, and there's only like a gene or two required to switch to straight hair. Like,
yeah, it's not
really simple.
Yeah, but
my daughter looks.
It's not what they're talking about.
Hair.
Straight eugenics. That's not what they're talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
With black people today. After 2,000 years of living like savages, Moses tried to civilize the white devils. He taught them how to read, how to wear clothes, and how to season their food. But the whites were so evil that Moses was having a hard time controlling them. And at one point, he got so frustrated that he blew up 300 of them with dynamite.
Moses had dynamite.
That's what God had TNT back in the trillions of eons ago.
Right, he could split a planet. Well, one of the 24 gods could split a planet.
Yeah, with dynamite. Still with the dynamite.
Yep.
I really like dynamite.
Yep. That was the most powerful explosive that God had available. So
I do want to thank Dr. Tapioca Weasel for gifting himself 5 more cult members.
All right.
So Jillian, Lawrence, Tilting Windmill, Punk to Pasture, who did my my banner, that picture of my banner. Love him, love him, love him. Peter, welcome to the cult. Please enjoy your tapioca weasels, your vaginas, and your nitties.
Nice.
John went there. I was thinking nukes too, right? Like why doesn't Yakub got a nuke?
Because it's 1920.
Then we can call him Yakub. Anyway.
No nukes at the time that the story was written. Sorry.
Yep, there you go.
He was able to get through to them somewhat. And with Moses' guidance, the Caucasians began their dominion over the earth. Just like it says in the book of Revelation. Behold a pale horse, his name is Death, and hell followed with him. Power was given unto him over 1/4 of the earth, to kill with the sword and famine and disease.
Just look at the evils the white man has done since he was grafted onto the world. Slavery, nuclear weapons, Emily in Paris.
Hookie's right. White empires have been invading, enslaving, and colonizing the rest of the world for thousands of years now. I can't think of any other race of people who have done that. Now you guys are probably asking yourselves, why? Why did the black man need to suffer so much at the hands of these devils? Well, it's simple. It's so that the original man can finally purge all evil from himself and become perfect like God. Or at least that's my understanding. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm just some Yakubian schmuck whose brain is cooked from years of nitrous abuse. So I can't really understand this stuff too well. But here's Louis Farrakhan's explanation.
Why are you going to allow all this suffering? Because it's going to manifest human nature to its fullest, and it will test the people under evil to see whether evil is as productive in their lives as good.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. That's just fucking sick.
God has you. Yakub has you graped to teach you something.
Yeah,
That's how this works, right? I've heard that one before.
Yeah, it's the same shit as God giving the world over to the devil to test us.
Oh no!
Okay. Yeah, that I want to say it makes sense, but
we're
back in our wheelhouse.
The Lord had to have you have cancer to teach you that thing,
baby,
because he couldn't do it any other way.
Nope. No.
So Yakub is just like Yahweh. He has to make sure that you have shit so that you can see how great he is. But he's making sure you have the shit though. So that's also part of the greatness, or so I'm told.
How great.
Mm-hmm.
So that at the end of this experiment, each of them will know that evil is not the way that they should go, but you must choose righteousness.
Luckily for the black man, his suffering will soon come to an end, because Allah will come back and bring an apocalypse on the white man. Every devil on the planet will be wiped out, and the black man will take his rightful place as ruler of the earth. In fact, we're living in those times right now. The countdown to Armageddon started 400 years ago with the pirate and slave trader John Hawkins.
Wait a minute, we're living in those times right now? But for 400 years, what does that even mean?
Right.
Like, why is God always so goddamn slow?
This generation shall not pass away before... Oh, shit.
It's always the end
times. One of
times.
the pioneers of the transatlantic slave trade. But what John Hawkins didn't realize is that by bringing the black man to America, he was bringing in a Trojan horse. He was bringing about his own destruction. It's just like it says in the book of Genesis. Know for certain that for 400 years your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, and that they will be enslaved and mistreated there. But I will punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterwards they will come out with great possessions. What this means...
Oh, right.
But that ignores the whole function of that in the Pentateuch. It's the 10 times the 40, which is the time of trial, and that's meant to explain the birth of the nation of Israel, not random.
Oh no,
Yakubi's.
Well, it's them plus the BHIs, the Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah,
that's their ideology too.
Yeah, and they just have to recolonize the Bible. Like they have to wrap all of the Abrahamic traditions and figures into their story.
This is like that one guy that I covered like a couple weeks ago who said like the Bible predicted Muhammad or whatever. But it's just a prime example of some YouTube wackadoo that's able to just cherry pick something, loosely interpret it to fit whatever narrative that they want to use. And ta-da, they make grifty, good money and content.
Yeah.
But this is worse because it's like...
Oh, it's a whole
super
religion.
Racist.
Yeah.
Is that after 400 years of slavery in America, a new God will come that will teach the black man his history and set in motion the destruction of Babylon, aka the United States. And in 18...
So Robert Madewell says none of this is even in the Bible. It's in
You're reading it wrong.
Well, yeah, but it's also in their Bible. So they have a book, and it's Nation of Islam shit, not necessarily. So these are like black Muslims, not necessarily, and not even like, I don't want to say they're not real Muslims because I don't know. But not your traditional Muslim.
Hashtag not all Muslims.
I know, right? I don't know what else to call them except black nationalists. Like that. believe in quote unquote Allah. Like it's just weird. And Lawrence says, I've heard them quote John the Baptist talking about Jesus as one coming after me, as if it were Jesus talking about Muhammad. Yeah, they're stupid.
I think low-key a lot of them think that like Allah is like black God and Yahweh is white God. It's like really
this case,
weird.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. No, like literally, right? In the beginning, there is nothing but God, and God was black. It's great.
1877, that man was born, Wallace Fard Muhammad. According to the NOI, Wallace was Allah himself in the flesh. And not only that, but he was the most powerful God in history, aside from the one who created the universe, of course.
But he's
now,
like,
you might be noticing a huge problem here. This guy.
What were you saying?
But he's dead now. So like,
yeah.
Go on. It's a spiritual death. He died a spiritual death.
He's like a.
It explains everything.
Black Jesus or whatever.
The one who created the universe, of course. Now, you might be noticing a huge problem here. This guy is not black. Like, he's clearly Italian or something. And yeah,
no, he's like
kind of huge.
Well, no, he's South African, where they are like albino, and it's totally normal.
Sure.
That's my guess.
With that hair.
Is it wrong? Hey.
Is it Albert?
Plot hole, honestly. According to Louis Farrakhan, though, Fard was black, and the reason for his Caucasoid-like appearance was that so he could blend into any group. But it's impossible to confirm the truth about this man's identity because he is one of the most mysterious people in history, and I am not exaggerating.
Wait,
there have
more
been
mysterious
entire
than
books.
Nikola Tesla?
Yes, actually. Yes, actually.
Oh, shit. Maya,
yeah,
that's the rest of your channel's content right there.
Just finding this guy.
Just finding this guy.
Active for like not even a full 4-year period.
Where in the fuck is this little fart guy?
That's a great question. No one knows.
Most mysterious people in history, and I am not exaggerating. There have been entire books dedicated to trying to figure out this guy's true identity. If you ask the Nation of Islam, he's from Mecca. According to the FBI, he's from Portland, and his U.S. Census papers say he's from New Zealand. Others say he's from Pakistan or Turkey, and even his real name isn't known because he went by a number of different names, including Wallace D. Farad, Muhammad Ali, and Willie Ford. All in all, he had 58 different aliases, and he's been in and out of prison for various crimes. Either way,
is
it doesn't
Kaiser
really
Sose?
Who's that?
Exactly. You just click play.
I'm sorry. Jay, did you want to say something?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Like,
that's a white reference, Maya.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't get white references.
Yeah, me either.
It's from the movie The Usual Suspects.
Which I did not see.
Are you Kaiser Sose? Anyway, go on.
It's ruining the stream. I'm sorry, Niddy.
Early 1930s, Ford somehow materialized.
Your slaves have their own jive that we talk.
And started dropping knowledge bombs on the city's black residents. After a little while, he started to pick up a decent amount of followers, including one Elijah Poole, who would later be known as Elijah Muhammad, a prophet in the Nation of Islam. In 1934, Fard would completely disappear after one of his followers killed somebody. Robert Harris, a high-ranking official in the Nation of Islam, killed a man by hitting him on the head with a tire iron and then stabbing him in the heart on an altar as a sacrifice to God. The police.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Sounds like a nice guy. That's insane.
Yeah, right? God.
Police blamed Fard for the murder, and he briefly went to jail before completely dropping off the face of the earth. Or should I say...
How do you sacrifice a guy in an altar and briefly go to jail?
God made him do it.
Look, everything has made sense up until now.
I'm just wondering. Like, nobody else was wondering that? I'm just saying, though.
We just assume he got off because of the religious insanity.
Rising up off the face of the earth, because according to Elijah Muhammad, the messenger of God himself, Ford boarded a giant spaceship called the Mother Plane and left Earth to go do some God stuff.
The Mother Plane is a planet-sized
It was aliens. I keep telling you fuckers. The answer is always alien. He boarded the goddamn mothership. Come on, this is gold.
I like that publication that has like Elijah, is it Ezekiel's wheel? Go back a couple frames. He pleaded the fifth commandment. Nice.
He pleaded the fifth commandment, exactly.
Ezekiel's wheel, battle in the sky, continued.
Yeah.
Wow.
The plan was meant to destroy this world of evil and to show wisdom and mighty power of God, who came to destroy an old world and set up a new world. But instead of doing all that, it just let a murderer on board and fucked off.
Yeah, it's almost like when messianic expectations go unmet, you have to create a whole nother story afterwards, and it'll totally make sense and make everyone feel good, right? Like, hey, here's this guy, he's supposed to show up and make sure all the devils go away, and when he does, he's gonna start a new kingdom and we're all gonna love it. Wait, he's gone? Oh, well, I guess he got taken up. He'll come back. He'll come back and set everything straight. You just wait. You just wait. His death was spiritual. He's in the heavens doing God stuff. And just wait. Just wait. He'll come back. He'll come back. This is not a story as old as time.
Yeah.
What?
God.
Did I freeze? Am I frozen?
We crucified him. No.
What the hell's going on?
That is funny. I love it. Well, while you're figuring that out,
Mother Plane and left Earth to go do some God stuff.
The Mother Plane is a planet-sized spacecraft that will eventually come back to annihilate the white race. This is the same craft that Ezekiel saw in the Bible and mistook for an angel. All of the UFOs and flying saucers people keep seeing, those are just smaller ships that live inside the Mother Plane.
Wallace Ford Muhammad will soon return on the mothership and bring the end of the white race.
Goodness.
I don't think I want to get on board of a thing that looked like any of those pictures. Like
all of this is just so wrong. It's like techie, trekkie, space Jesus. Where's Richard Madsen? But then like the spaceship is called the Mothership, which is just giving
the mother world,
giving me slave ship vibe for some reason. Like it just all feels off.
No, I mean it's a slave ship. I mean they say they're going to enslave the white people, but they're really just going to kill them all.
Oh, BS said this guy's been talking to Madsen. Damn.
It's getting weirder than Scientology. Look, I told you people that this was like, remember at the beginning and you were like, what? And I'm like, oh no, it gets worse. Nobody wanted to believe me, but Maya, how could it get any worse than that? Look, we got...
This is somehow way weirder than Scientology.
Yeah, we got big-headed scientists, black eugenics, motherships.
White people were eugenically made, devolved, but also while they were devolving, they became sophisticated enough to enslave people. But then they did a shitty job at it, so they were cast out and devolved again. But then they devolved smarter and enslaved black people again and stuff. So that's why all the white people need to die. Got it. Nailed it. I nailed it.
I'm pretty sure they thought all the white people needed to die because like they wouldn't stop like burning down their villages and lynching them, killing their babies. I mean, it's a nice fantasy to escape from, but like, I mean, it's just nuts that
I'm
people
sorry,
still,
blonde.
it's just nuts that people still think this.
It is, and honestly, there's a lot of people in like the Black community in particular that still hang on to that sort of Farrakhan intelligentsia legacy, and this type of thing makes you just go, those were some seriously weird dudes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you're white, your days are numbered.
You, Yakub, are the bearer of 9,999 diseases.
Now, guys, I was originally going to end the video here, but just when I thought I knew everything there was to know about Yakub, my world got turned upside down.
You know what that means? Shit got weirder. Dun, dun,
Truth
dun.
bombs.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
Again, I learned about a book called The Holy Tablets that holds even more knowledge about Yakub. Now, I tried to buy this book off Amazon.com, but it costs about $900 American, which is a small price to pay for divine knowledge.
But that said $5.
So much
Holy shit.
Hey, that is a steal for divine knowledge.
Niddy, you don't know how much the shipping costs.
Yeah, I guess. Can I buy I need to buy Russell Brand's amulet that will protect me from radiation first.
Listen.
Then,
if you
then I'll get around to this.
You want to know the truth? I'll send you my cell phone right now for only $1. But the shipping. It's the right mind, you know what I'm saying? I'll charge you $1, but that shipping gonna get you. That's how I get a new phone right there.
Joel, everyone's days are numbered. I hate that saying. Yeah.
Money in back taxes and child support, I couldn't possibly afford it. Fortunately, after hours of scouring the deep web, I was able to find a PDF of the Holy Tablets. And honestly, I had a hard time understanding it, so I tried to reach out to
Holy
Oki
PDF
again,
file.
Unfortunately, he had been arrested for emulating Nintendo games, so I was on my own for this one. The Holy Tablets were written by a guy named Malachi Z. York, the founder of the Nawubian Nation. According to Wikipedia, York is a black supremacist and also a convicted child and pedophile. Now, this could be true.
All right, you know what?
Man, I don't like it.
He's been with Nawubi in general.
Also a black nationalist, a child essayer, and a murderer.
Oh.
I don't understand what it is about fundies that make them want to diddle the nearest kid and like take everyone's money.
And once in a while, unalive someone.
Right. But only when it's convenient for them.
I think I think religion is like it breaks people. It breaks them. They don't really develop fully, and it's pretty bad stuff.
Yeah, I wanted the gravity of what he just said to like kind of sink in. Like this is like when I'm talking about like I think that people think it's like, oh my God, this is like hilarious, but like these are the people that believe in this shit.
Yeah, it's monstrous.
Or could just be more Yakubian propaganda, so I'll leave it up to you to decide. Malachi Z. York took the story of Yakub and injected it with meth. I think that's the best way to describe it, okay? If you thought what we've been talking about so far is crazy, you ain't seen shit. So buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride. The ancestors of Black...
Now listen to me.
And this, up to this point, hasn't been...
I tried to warn you. I want to get my... Jay, you know how much I love saying I told you so. Like Mark is saying, for fundies, I would say that it is because that is all they can get. No one with half a brain would want them. Well, apparently there's a lot of people out there with half a brain. What?
There's people with more brains than my eugenically made brain.
Indeed. Some people's brains make them want to follow people like Kent Hovind and Ray Comfort. Weird, huh? Oh my God! Blum Bum Sheller, way to go. Oh my gosh. I was worried I'd be canceled tonight, and I'm feeling all the white love. Thank you, white people.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Blonde Bombsheller has gifted us 10 cult members. So excited. Those went to Joel Hathaway, Beyond Storm Chasing, Kata, Miss Kata.
And listen, folks, if you don't know how you can save yourself from white guilt, spend your privilege. Send your money to Black people. If you just think about how you would feel if every day when you lay down ahead, you'd be like, damn, I just gave some money to Black people today. Like, you'll fall asleep, you'll feel great, you'll wake up feeling refreshed, energetic in the morning. I'm just telling you, highly recommended.
Hey, you're Black. You have a channel. Where can people find you? If they want to donate, if they want to feel
you
good,
could come to
and
Pocket Locker 86, and I got links in the description for Ko-Fi and PayPal and Cash App. Hell, you can hit me up my Discord. I'll send you my address. You can send me. I take checks, envelopes full of cash, vape pens, cartridges. You can make an in-kind donation. There's a lot of ways to work this out.
Guys, like, I don't have Cash App, but I'll get it just for you. All right, real quick. Where else do we go? Alex Raven, Prixie. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Unapologetically Chrissy and Noram Dip, but yeah, that guy. Moving on.
Black people originated a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away on the planet Risk. These were godlike beings called the Anunnaki or the Elohim. At some point, a demon called Shaitan, or Satan, along with 200 of his fallen angels, set off a nuclear bomb on Risk, which destroyed the ozone.
Whoa.
Oh, what happened? It's the man.
No!
Goddamn man.
But the Anunnaki scientists figured out that they could create an artificial ozone layer using gold. But they quickly realized...
What the fuck does that... Jay, you're a scientist.
I'm circling in my head about how this type of rationalization works, because it's like, oh, Satan destroyed the ozone layer. That's cool. But it very much reminds me of what we're doing with global warming, how we ignore it. And then I literally think the cope will be, once it becomes way too bad to ignore, they'll be like, oh, God is punishing us for our sin. No, we was trying to tell y'all. We was trying to tell y'all.
I don't know. I think
my brain just went somewhere else.
Let people lie to them until because I don't know. I can't remember what chat I was in earlier, but somebody was like, "What's global warming?" And I'm like, he's kidding, right? Like, that's a joke. But like they just, oh God, I'm sorry. You know what? That actually pisses me off. This is funny to me because I'm used to it.
There was a huge problem. There wasn't enough gold on Risk to sustain the atmosphere. So they created a giant planet-sized spacecraft called Nibiru, which traveled around the universe gathering gold to power the shield. On one of these routine trips, Nibiru accidentally collided with the planet Neptune, which set it off course.
What did I do?
Of course. Yeah.
Sorry. We just started talking about Nibiru, and then all of a sudden, I'm telling you, it's the man. We've been found out.
Yeah. The master race that runs YouTube.
Gold to power the shield. On one of these routine trips, Nibiru accidentally collided with the planet Neptune, which set it off course, hurtling towards the planet Tiamat. The leader of Tiamat, an alien known as Kingu, was alarmed by the giant spacecraft and waged an intergalactic war with the Anunnaki, which they lost. Some of the Anunnaki got together and rebuilt the Earth. They created oceans, rivers, and trees. And since Tiamat's original native population was killed off, they also created animals, which eventually evolved into our ancestors, Homo erectus. The Anunnaki then decided to...
Yeah. So this is like, I don't know. It's like got flavors of like Zachariah Sitchin,
My
but
brain can
like,
only do one tree of life in one timeline in one direction. I can't do this. We started, then we were the high gods, but then we devolved into.
so when he went into part 2, this was like the book, the $900 book. So we're going back. Oh, it has a different timeline.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, and so he's saying, you know, it's like the first one only on crack because, yeah, you know how like your brain is broken right now?
Yes.
Crack.
Crack.
Yeah. No, you can't do crack right now. We're getting through a stream.
People believe this though.
It's a religion.
This is a for reals religion,
Mm-hmm,
Maya. Please. No.
It's recognized by the United States.
Right.
Homo erectus. The Anunnaki then decided to splice Homo erectus DNA with their own, thus creating modern man. Or should I say, the modern black man. White people don't come around until much later. Now, the first humans actually had magical powers like telepathy and telekinesis. But after Cain killed his brother Abel, the Anunnaki removed the gland in the brain responsible for these powers and nerfed the humans' power levels substantially.
Curse of Cain.
Gotcha. Yep.
Soon after that, the Anunnaki started.
Huh?
That's totally what happened. Yep.
Yeah.
Using the humans as slaves to mine gold for their shield back home, and also to build them monuments like the pyramids. Okay, so let's fast forward a couple 100,000 years to around 6000 BC. Now, as we are all well aware, the
people really like that year.
Yep.
I don't understand, but okay.
Earth is hollow, and beneath the surface.
Oh, of course. It wasn't hollow until 6,000 years ago, and then it became hollow.
So, Maya, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I found the book, The Holy Tablets.
It was hollowed out from the TNT.
I can actually.
Is it $900?
No, I'm just good at internet. I found the passages that start to talk about.
Damn, you're good at the internet.
Yeah.
Like, while you were listening to this bullshit, I just started reading the Holy Tablets.
Yeah. I'm
through
still listening, and oh my god.
Oh wait, what's going on?
It's definitely as weird as what we've been listening to. So, yeah, it's something.
Yeah, it's real, and people believe it.
This is another world called Agartha, inhabited by multiple different races. If you didn't know this, you should probably pay attention.
Oh, no, these are lies. Everyone knows that Agartha is inhabited by the tall Aryan Hitler goddesses from the inner Earth. That's what Admiral Byrd found after World War II when he was flying his plane over the South Pole or wherever the fuck. It's the Nordic goddesses from Agartha who, clearly hate black people because they're perfect.
Attention in history class, or just watch my video about it. One of these races was the Shiuk, who were descended from the Rizkians that I told you about earlier. They kind of look like Ethiopians with those big-ass foreheads. Another race was the Taros, who look like coneheads from the movie Coneheads. The king of the Taros gave his daughter. You shall not call us such a thing. But she hated him, so she ran off with the king's brother instead and went to live on the surface.
I love that
where
movie.
They settled in the city of Mecca, and they had a child together. His name, Yakub. Except in this book, it's spelled Yaaqub for some reason. Because he was constantly mocked for the size of his head, Yakub became hateful and resentful of the surface dwellers. This is when an evil race of aliens from the planet Pleiades telepathically gave Yakub the idea to create his own race that would take over the world and enslave the surface-dwelling black people. Yakub started preaching to the people of Mecca that they could rule over the entire earth if they followed him. And soon, all the people who used to make fun of him were now his disciples. All the women that used to laugh at his head now wanted to give him head. The king of Mecca was threatened by Yakub's cult and threw him and all of his followers in prison. But when all the prisons in Arabia...
Oh, hey, Jay, that's like what you were saying earlier.
Yep.
Remember, he was like, hey, something big head, and he's like, I think they're talking about the wrong head.
Yep.
Hello.
Now they were all down. Now they're all down to get down.
I'm uploading the holy tablets to a much safer place. So people don't have to go to the skeevy depths of the internet that I went to find this. So
Niddy, are you fucking around on 4chan again?
Hey, I think you can put it in my Discord.
I actually was able to, since I'm one of the evil feral lesser demon beings, I actually was rebuked by Yakub himself during the stream, and I was sent the holy tablets so that I could repent and give you more money, my oh dear master mistress Maya.
Me?
Yes. It's complicated, but I'm pretty sure that made sense.
No, all I heard was give me money.
Yes. Yes. So anyone, hey, if you're being entertained by this and you haven't sent Maya money yet, please super chat on her channel because I'm not monetized.
Niddy's not monetized, and Jay doesn't exist.
I am monetized, but I don't exist.
And Jay does, but also Jay does serve Maya too.
Indeed. It is known.
To get full, the king made a deal with them. He would spare their lives, but they had to leave the Arabian Peninsula. So Yakub took 59,999 of his followers, got on boats, and started sailing around Africa. But Yakub was too eager to start his experiment. He couldn't even wait to find a suitable location to build a lab or anything. So he started experimenting right then on the boat. He started banging his female followers and getting them pregnant. He would keep the lighter-skinned babies and throw the darker-skinned ones overboard. When word got out what Yakub was doing, many of his followers abandoned him. By the time they got to their final destination, the island of Patmos, 95% of Yakub...
Again with the island of Patmos.
With that dude just throwing up the deuces and disappearing.
Yeah, it's like, that kid's too dark.
That was so good.
Oh, my God.
Yakub's original followers had abandoned him. But that's okay. He didn't need them. As long as he had his most loyal followers, he could continue his plan. Once on Patmos, he started passing eugenics laws. From here on, it's pretty much the same story as the Nation of Islam version, so I'll just skip to the end. Yakub died at the age of 150 after one of his brains exploded, but he passed his ideas and techniques on to his followers, who continued his work. It took another 500 years, but they eventually completed their experiment and created a race that were, quote, mentally and physically weak and wicked. From there, this new race of albinoids, as they were called, were taught tricknology.
Why was this the goal?
Albinoids. The albinoids.
I don't know. Like, why is this a thing? It's like I'm going to pass on the knowledge of how to make an evil race of idiots.
Trick's got a trick. Big trick on a trick.
Okay.
Tricknology
caused chaos throughout the world. But the rule of the Yakubians, it's all part of the plan. This was all predicted by the 24 wise elder scientists in the inner earth. They also predicted that a savior would come from the heavens and bring forth a new era of peace and prosperity, where the Ebenoid race would rule the earth once again. Or at least the surface of it. That promised savior is Malachi Z. York, who was sent to earth to end the Luciferian reign of the white man. But
also kill some people and diddle some children. Oh, God.
And so is now sentenced to 10 counts of child messing around.
Oh my God.
135 years.
In federal prison. So that's like hard time. This is their savior.
But we all know that the Bible said that nobody lives past 120. So he's dead.
Fortunately, he got a little sidetracked and started diddling kids, and is now in prison for 135 years. I'm not really sure if that was part of the wise elder scientist plan. You know, guys, a few weeks ago, when I first discovered the origin of my race, I was pretty upset. I was depressed. I was spiraling down a road of drugs and gooning and Fortnite. But I've come to a realization that no matter where you come from, you should always be proud of who you are. That's why I've decided to embrace my Yakubian heritage, and I've even changed my profile picture on Twitter to the creator himself. And I urge my fellow Yakubians to do the same.
Okay, guys, so I can already smell the racism that's going to be in the comments section, and I just...
All right.
Wow.
Well, that was fine.
What did we learn tonight? That's what I like to end my streams on, right? What did we learn?
We learned that black racism is a thing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, no.
I didn't know any of that was a thing.
Well, Jay, you and I come down pretty hard on the white racists, as we should.
Well, the black racist or...
I just, and the thing with my show, like what I want to educate. So a lot of it is just like, we get to laugh and haha and all this stuff. But like everything I show is like stuff like, I need you to understand that this is happening and to recognize it when you see it. And I'm really glad. I was thinking, I was like, man, I don't have anything. After last week, I'm like, I need to do some black nationalist shit because I feel like I'm an idiot, right? Because like I'm saying shit and people are just like, huh? And I'm like, no. Like if we're gonna move forward, you guys have to understand what is happening. So yeah, that
now it made a lot of sense. So everybody knows what's happening. Everybody understands. Everybody's clear. It's
everybody
all very
really
straightforward.
Totally straightforward. No questions.
How long is it though? In all seriousness, well, I a couple things to say. One is, how long will it take for the QAnon type grandma's Facebook posts to start looking like that? Right, because
there's a lot of white nationalist bullshit. So usually, yeah.
Hold on. There's this group of guys on YouTube right now that they go to like lines of Trump voters and rallies, and they yeah. Maya is the goddess.
I learned that Niddy doesn't honor Maya properly. He doesn't call her goddess. Burn the heretic. God damn it, Niddy.
Oh, you should see what I call her in private.
Now I gotta break out the kerosene.
It's good things.
Thank you, Mark.
They go to these rallies and these like voting lines and stuff, or mostly rally lines, I think. And they're like, so, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And there's those people who are literally like, yeah, they were seeding the clouds. The Democrats were seeding the clouds. The government was seeding the clouds to make Milton worse. And it's like, well, why are you voting for the party who can't control the weather, for one? And then two, like, why would they really do that? Like, they're just not thinking this stuff through, but it's so sensational. And they're creating this narrative that's like full of magic, things to be afraid of, things without explanations, things that don't have internal logical consistency. But the way that narrative makes them feel, and it makes them have a sense of place and identity, all that shit that I just listed off doesn't matter because it's placating their feelings. It's giving them confidence in some way, some identity to a group, and that's it. That's all that matters. It can get even fucking weirder from here on out. Like, people could start believing that Kamala Harris is piloted by a bunch of weasels. Like, look at her face and listen to her laugh. There's a bunch of weasels under there.
Stop giving the game away, goddammit.
Ah, shit. Right? But it wouldn't matter. Like, we could literally just start a new channel tomorrow and call it, like, The Weasel Cult Explains. And then we sound exactly like this guy. and just go after the left and the right.
Yeah,
and then ta-da, subs everywhere.
Yeah,
but you saw that apologist had like a silver YouTube plaque. I mean, he's like Uncle Roger. I mean, these crazy people are throwing money at him.
Yeah, as they do.
Throwing money at them left and right. It's crazy.
Please don't give them any idea. I mean, what I was gonna say something else with that, but that's like one of the first things my mind went to is like, okay, like these narratives, they're just getting more and more, unhinged and just they're leading towards an end of the story that if you would talk to some of these people, I think like 10 or 15 years ago, and told them, look, you are going to believe that there's this grand conspiracy that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and that like half the population are literally indwelt by a satanic force, even your own children. You might not even talk to your own children anymore. And you're going to be, let's say you just say some of the things Trump said, and then say, okay, like you don't like those things, right? And they would say, yeah. And then you'd say, well, you're going to be following that person in 10 years. They would just look at you like, no, I won't. No. And this is the thing with conspiratorial and cultish beliefs. You start in a place where you're craving like belonging, or you're afraid of things, you don't know your place in the world, you're looking for a narrative that will encompass like how you're viewing the world and how you're feeling about it. And then the first strong esoteric group that can make sense to you is going to start, you're going to adopt their narrative. And it's going to get easier and easier to be sucked in deeper to their story.
Right.
And that's what this is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why is it that the white person has dominated, my culture and my life? But, it's because long ago, there, like my great ancestors actually had everything figured out, but then everything went totally wrong when the white men were created, and then they took over everything. Everything makes sense now.
Well, I mean, we do know that if
this is how cults work.
Well, I mean, it's how people work. If people don't understand something, like our brains crave like for things to make sense to us. So if things don't make sense, we will make shit up. Or if we don't like, like, I don't understand why the white people keep burning our shit. Well, they must fear, the power of the black man. And, I didn't make it up. I've just been listening to it my whole life. Jay, I think I told you an hour. It's been like an hour and a half. So I guess we could start wrapping up. Did I blow your mind? I know you came into this tired.
You did.
All right.
You did.
You're supposed to know all of this.
No.
It was in the handbook.
No.
I put the link to that PDF I found in the Discord too.
Which in Jay's or
in Jay's Discord.
I feel like I just found anti-Wakanda. It's just like I don't know.
No, Mikey. Go back to the beginning and hate your life like everyone else who started from the beginning.
You're late. You should have been here 2 hours ago. We were talking about Yakub. I schooled all the white people on black nationalism.
Mikey, hit me up on Discord. Epic. I'm trying to send you money.
Yeah, I'm trying to send you money too. You said you were gonna make an intro for me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, where's Mike?
Mikey
Wait, no, I'm
Mikey
the slave.
Like
I need
money.
to be making the intros for everybody else.
Look, Mikey doesn't want money. He hates money. He likes being poor. Yeah, fuck him.
Maybe he likes spending time with his lovely child.
Look, kids need money.
Being a dad is a good
You should know this. Don't you have 2 toddlers? God.
No, I have a second grader and a kindergartner.
Okay. Oh, congrats.
Wait, can I humble brag?
Look at you sleeping through the night and shit.
My son told me that when he grows up, he wants to be a dad.
Aww. That is so cool.
Aww.
I've just been living in that like half the week. So he painted we had painting time one evening this week, and he painted a house, and he looks at Mom and goes, "This is the house I'm gonna live in when I grow up and I'm a dad." And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, that's so cool.
You're my dude.
My friend was just picking up steak knives and trying to put them in the electric sockets.
He was trying to get out of here.
Right.
He was trying to check out early.
Yeah. Such a proud mom moment.
Thanks for the room and board, but I'm out of here.
I thought my content was weird when earlier this week I covered that church that blesses your marriage with an AR-15 or an AK-47.
Oh, I missed that stream. Holy
That's
shit.
Bullet.
You didn't
Crown guy.
You didn't watch the stream where the guy was wearing the crown of bullets?
No, or maybe I came in
sermon?
late. Maybe I came in late. I don't know, but like, holy shit, I missed that.
Well, hey, to people, if you're still new to Niddy, you should be going over to my channel to watch my last stream of covering that Christian cult, which is very, unfortunately, being amplified by Sebastian Gorka. And if you don't know who Sebastian Gorka is, he is part of the Salem Media Group's 98.9. The Answer. That's just a radio station. It's a Christian broadcasting network, national level. They went down to that cult's gun festival and were like, "This is our vision for America. Get on board our program." And they don't have a problem with that Christianity being on par with the national level of discourse. Because they're true Christians, mind you. They make sure that you get married, that you two wear a crown of bullets while you're getting married. You get a blessing with a gun, because that's the rod of iron and freedom that God wants you to have to initiate his kingdom and to protect you from the devils on the left. Just so everyone's clear. That's the kind of Christian they're totally fine with just being like, "Oh, you're putting on a great festival. Hi, I'm Sebastian Gorka. I'm a national Christian voice, and it's great to hang out with you."
Oh my God. All right. Well, you know what?
Okay.
My audience at least is used to a bunch of crazy. So
yeah, it's something. It's something.
I don't know. Happy Halloween, all. It's like a lot of scary shit tonight.
And their family fun is shooting off child-sized versions of guns for their, family fun. Get Kimmy her first responder AK. Show and tell is give them hell.
Raising a bunch of Kyle Rittenhouses.
Oh God.
Yep.
All right, for $2, Joe says, "Thanks, Maya, Jay, and Niddy. Going to tend to my goats."
Yep.
Is that like a whacking off euphemism?
It's a callback from earlier.
Yeah, it's a Kentucky callback.
Oh, right. Sorry. Anyways, all right, let's get out of here. We're gonna be on Sunday doing the thing, and then no, not this Monday, next Monday. We'll be doing the black thing on Skeptic Haven.
On the thing. Yeah, we have a guest.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Jay, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Pocket Locker 86. Going to bed.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Night. Love you guys. And
vote and bring a friend.
Vote, bring a friend. Vote early.
Big Niddy mob.
Should have voted already.
Out. Thanks, everybody.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. Boom, on like the way we rock it. So don't stop, 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 so don't stop. And under